In the palace of the Phaeacians, Odysseus continues his account. After fleeing Ismarus and after the storm that shattered their cause, his ships were driven for days across the open sea with no certain direction. The wind carried them, the sky changed quickly, and the crew, already worn down by the losses they had suffered, began to understand that the return to Ithaca would not be short. When the sea finally granted a pause, the ships reached an unknown coast. Odysseus did not know what people lived in that land. As always, he chose caution. He ordered the ships anchored and sent men ahead to explore, find fresh water, and learn whether the area was inhabited by hostile people or by those who respected guests. Odysseus chose 3 men. He sent 2 as scouts and a 3rd as a messenger, so that they could return quickly with news. The companions walked inland and soon met the inhabitants of the place. They were the Lotus-Eaters. Their name came from the lotus, the fruit they ate. They did not show aggression. Instead, they received the strangers calmly and offered them that fruit. It seemed a simple gesture, almost an act of hospitality. And in that moment, Odysseus' men saw no danger. They ate the lotus, and at once something strange happened. The lotus did not kill and did not cause pain, but it changed the mind. Whoever tasted it lost the desire to return. The thought of home grew weak and distant, as if it belonged to another life. The companions who had eaten began to forget the ship, the war, Ithaca, and they no longer wished to depart. They stayed among the Lotus-Eaters, not because they were held by force, but because they no longer felt any need to leave. In that fruit, there was a kind of forgetfulness that erased sorrow and dulled the will. And Odysseus understood that this was a different danger from all the others, an enemy that does not strike the body, but the memory. When Odysseus did not see the men return, he knew something was wrong. He went to find them himself, following their path. He discovered them among the Lotus-Eaters, calm and settled, as if they had nothing more to seek. Odysseus spoke to them and ordered them back, but they would not listen. They seemed unable to grasp the urgency of the voyage, as if their minds had been put to sleep. Odysseus acted without hesitation. He seized them, dragged them away, and brought them by force to the ships. The men protested and begged to stay, but Odysseus knew that if he left them there, he would never see them again, and that soon others would taste the lotus and fall into the same trap. Odysseus ordered that the men be tied. He had them placed on the ships, bound so they could not run back. Then he gave a clear order to the rest of the crew. No one was to approach the Lotus-Eaters, and no one was to touch that fruit. And at once he made the ships depart. Odysseus tells this episode to the Phaeacians as a particular kind of trial. In that place there were no monsters, no swords, no visible enemy. There was something more subtle, a temptation that erased memory and extinguished the desire for home. And Odysseus understood that his journey would not be only a struggle against strength, but also against the mind. To return to Ithaca, surviving, was not enough. One had to remember, so the ships left that coast behind. The sea opened before them once more, and Odysseus sailed on toward a land far more dangerous, where creatures lived who knew no law, no justice, and no pity.